This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Stacy Lee, and we are seeing snow again this morning.
It
Light
was
snow.
so beautiful yesterday.
Isn't it pretty?
Yes, but now today, chilly, chilly, chilly.
Yeah, it's very pretty, but not fun to be outside today at all. In fact, there have wind chill warnings in place through the region. You know, as little as 30 minutes outside in these kind of temperatures, you can get frostbite. So we want to be very, very careful. There's lots of warming centers and stations open around the area. Let's take a look outside at our light snow falling through the Columbia Basin, down into Hermiston, Pendleton, Walla Walla, and Dayton. And again, it's a light snow, but it is coming down, making those roadways a little bit treacherous to follow this morning. Let's take a look at our Legends Casino Skywatch, and we see 13 degrees. Our feels like temperature now is down to -3 because of the winds. So we still have to deal with those winds today. And the wind chill factor could create conditions feeling 10 to 20 degrees below zero around the area. So very, very dangerous conditions as we go through the day. Other areas have even stronger winds, like Connell out at the Hanford site today. So well below the freezing mark, like 8 to 10 degrees below zero feels like. 5 degrees or 5 mile an hour winds in Walla Walla, again down to zero. Arctic blast continues through the weekend, dangerous wind chill. So that wind chill warning remains in place through the weekend. We have some light snow this morning that will clear out. Lots of avalanche warnings, especially in the Blue Mountains. So be careful backcountry. Dangerously cold temperatures all weekend long. More details on the way with your First Alert full weather forecast. Riley?
Thank you, Stacy. We have a few school weather delays and closures coming in this morning. The Highland, Mount Adams, and Naches Valley school districts are all on a 2-hour delay, along with Walla Walla Community College. The Sela, West Valley, Goldendale, and Yakima school districts are delayed 2 hours with buses on snow routes and no AM preschool for Sela and Yakima. Here in the Walla Walla County, the Waitsburg School District is on a 2-hour delay this morning with no morning preschool. The Union Gap School District is also on a 2-hour delay with no AM preschool and buses on snow routes. And the Christian Worship Center Academy is delayed 2 hours with no AM preschool. The Pendleton School District is on a 2-hour delay and bus route 18 will not run. West Chestnut Academy in Yakima is closed for today, along with the Milton Freewater Unified School District in Oregon and the Dixie and the Walla Walla School Districts areas. Winter weather is always a challenge to predict. That's especially true in Washington, which is full of microclimates, each with their own particular quirks. Apple Valley News Now's Alyssa Warner visited the National Weather Service in Pendleton to get an in-depth look at how meteorologists are tracking this Arctic blast.
The mountains make things harder. Just the slight change in elevation throughout the region makes things more difficult for us. Kind of what we look at as forecasters here is the shift in the winds kind of above the surface. That kind of gives us an idea of what kind of air mass is coming into the region. They have to come from a very specific angle in order to kind of penetrate that shield that is the mountains. And so it's taking this more of a southward trek into more of the Oregon side than the Washington side, and that's why the shift in the forecast. It was earlier it seemed like it was going to make more of that more northward trek that would impact more Washington, but now it's kind of shifting more to the south towards Oregon. A couple of days ago we were expecting more impacts as far as snowfall accumulations for the Washington part of the Columbia Basin, but now it looks more and more like it's going to impact more Central Oregon and kind of the more mountainous regions down there.
With bitterly cold temperatures expected over the weekend, we'll continue to remind you where you can find an escape from the cold. First Congregational Church on South Palouse Street in Walla Walla will be open through 7 a.m. Monday, January 15th. The Christian Aid Center on Birch Street will be open between 8:30 a.m. and 4 p.m. The Walla Walla Public Library is also offering a safe place Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. There are several warming centers in Benton and Franklin counties as well. According to the Benton Franklin Health District, you can call 211 or visit wa211.org for information and a list of local warming centers. In these kinds of conditions, many drivers believe it's nearly impossible for them to spin out if they have proper snow tires or an all-wheel drive vehicle, but that is not the case. Before heading out in winter weather, check your tire pressure and make sure it's at the right PSI. Check your battery to make sure it can last you through the cold. Avoid using cruise control on snowy or icy roads. Finally, give drivers space. Remember, if you get into a crash or spin out, first responders trying to help you are also put at risk in these conditions. Also, make sure you have a good car emergency kit. It starts with items meant to help you stay warm, like hats, coats, and blankets, a windshield scraper, flashlight, first aid kit, booster cables, and a multi-tool like a Swiss Army knife are also good to have on hand, while cat litter or sand can help you if you are in an icy area and need traction under your tires. You can find a complete example emergency kit at applevalley.newsnow.com. It's not just when we're on the road that we need to prepare for winter weather. It's important to prepare your home as well, which means you should remember the 4 Ps. That means protecting your people, pets, plants, and pipes. For people, check on your friends, family, and neighbors. Make sure everyone is okay. Pets need to have shelter from the winter weather with plenty of food and water available. Cover up your plants, especially if they're not winter friendly. And for pipes, insulate them if you can. Cover outside hose spigots and make sure you know where your shutoff valve is in the event of an emergency. Never use a generator inside your home or garage while you're trying to keep warm, and keep them at least 20 feet away from your home so your household won't be exposed to the fumes. And for those who use a space heater, look for one that has an automatic shutoff in the event it tips over. Don't leave it on when you go to sleep, and always make sure your home's smoke detectors and carbon monoxide alarms are working. For more in-depth information on preparing yourself for winter weather, you can find more information in our winter article at applevalley.newsnow.com. With snow coming down in some areas in our region last night, the U.S. Postal Service is asking citizens to help out letter carriers by keeping paths clear. The Postal Service is asking customers to make sure front porches and sidewalks are clear of snow and ice, since slippery conditions pose an injury risk for mail carriers. Customers with curbside delivery are also asked to keep the area around their mailboxes clear from snow. New developments have come in the battle between the Prosser Chief of Police and some of his officers. Chief Jay King has been placed on administrative leave after Teamsters Local Union Number 839 filed a vote of no confidence against him. The union claimed he created a toxic work environment with his targeted, unlawful, and sexist actions, leading officers to take up their complaints with Human Resources and the union. The investigation starts Wednesday next week with no estimate on how long it will take. In the meantime, Sergeant John Marcus has been appointed to the interim police chief. You can read the whole story at applevalley.newsnow.com. Stacey Lee returns now with a look at your first alert weather forecast.
And we're seeing chilly conditions with below freezing level conditions. -3 right now feels like temp in Tri-Cities. Snow on the ground, slick roads, drive safe. First alert full weather forecast is on the way.
Plus, the average adult needs roughly 2,000 calories per day, but a recent study shows that a lot of those calories may be wasted on snacks.
Monday, NFL Super Wildcard Weekend wraps up as Philadelphia battles Tampa Bay live from Tampa. The Eagles and the Buccaneers. Then stay tuned for Apple Valley News Now Prime Time, Monday starting at 4:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Hi, I'm David Smith.
And I'm Tori Smith, local owners of Mattress Depot USA.
We both grew up in the Seattle area.
But unlike our large competitors, we still live in this community.
We do business with local manufacturers from right here in the Pacific Northwest.
Hey, we realize that your top priority is to get a quality mattress at the best possible price, and that's what we do.
And it never hurts to do business with someone local.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Every 15 minutes, someone is involved in a semi-truck collision in the U.S. Whatever the cause, big trucks mean big crashes, resulting in serious, even fatal injuries, large medical bills, and loss of wages. If you've been injured in a crash with a big rig, call Abeta Nelson Injury Law today. We've handled the most big truck accidents in Central Washington over the last 40 years, recovering millions for our clients. Abeta Nelson, we take your injury personally.
Tempur-Pedic's latest lineup is available at More Furniture. Get special savings on Tempur-Pedic's newest state-of-the-art sleep systems and get 72 months interest-free financing. Side sleeper, back sleeper, hot or cold sleeper. Get fitted for your perfect sleep system no matter how you sleep. You won't believe the difference of a great night's rest, and you'll sleep easy knowing you got the very best value from More Furniture. When you take 72 months to pay, visit a local More Furniture store for a test rest.
Do you experience persistent hand pain, numbness, or discomfort? Prosser Memorial Health board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. Sam Strebel specializes in advanced procedures including endoscopic carpal tunnel release and trigger finger release. Relieve hand discomfort with expert care and call Prosser Orthopedic Center today at 509-786-5599 to schedule an appointment. This is how we care.
Next ET, our Al Roker and Deborah Roberts exclusive.
I'm about to spill the ET.
Plus, is Tina Fey ready for even more Mean Girls? Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now. Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
This cold weather might have you staying inside and reaching for the snacks, but a recent study shows people could be blowing much of their recommended daily calories on snacks. Mandy Gaither has a look at the research and some healthy snack choices that won't hinder your health goals.
From chips to crackers and sweets, when an afternoon pick-me-up is needed, you may just grab what's easy.
The way we snack is just kind of these episodic little grazings throughout the day. And we never really think about how much they actually add up.
Chris Taylor with Ohio State University is senior study author of a new study that suggests many adults consume up to 25% of their daily calories from snacks.
Because we're looking at a fairly substantial amount of our calories. It's a considerable source of added sugar, saturated fat, sodium that we're getting in the day that also don't come with a lot of nutrients.
So that your snacks don't derail your health goals, Taylor says it's important to plan for them just like you would a meal.
Having hummus on hand that I can then use as a quick snack instead of having to rely on some foods that may not contribute as much to my total nutrient needs.
Other healthy snacks include fruits and veggies, nuts and nut butters, as well as seeds. And Taylor says to beware of stealth calories in some beverages.
When we get a blender iced coffee drink or drinking a sugar sweetened beverage, those calories we don't often think about when we drink them as snacks.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Coming up, the State Department of Health is launching a new program that will supply public high schools with the life-saving opioid reversal drug Narcan. And Stacy Lee will return with a look at your First Alert weather forecast.
You got a deal.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
My name is Lauren Martin. I started to work out at Hanford in 1982, and for 20 years I worked with the fleet, repairing cranes, locomotives, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, everything. After 20 years, then I came down with a disease. There are some very, very expensive drugs, and my copay on that is $0. All I have to do is pick up the phone and it's there.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not, and just kind of let them know what those next steps are, the timeline of how long it could take for them to get approved.
2024 is the year of the dragon, and Legends Casino Hotel has a fire breather that can warm your wallet with cold, hard cash during our $120,000 Fire and Ice Fortunes. Don't be left out in the cold. Ignite your luck by using your Legends Rewards card to earn entries. And ride the Dragon of Fortunes to claim $3,000, $8,000, and $10,000 every Thursday in January. But don't let us drag on about it. Come in and win the $120,000 Fire and Ice Fortunes, only at Legends Casino Hotel.
Next Live, Daniel Levy and Josh Hutcherson. Plus, strive for more in 24 tips on overcoming loneliness.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
It's a quiet place along the Spokane River.
It's really peaceful. I like it, and there's not a ton of people out here.
And during the winter, it gets even more beautiful.
I like how the snow on rock, but it looks pretty.
Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6, Tuesday.
Next Extra. After Taylor's headline-making night, we've got Mama Kelsey. Did you watch the Golden Globes?
I did.
Your thoughts? And once again, both her boys are eyeing that Super Bowl. Go Chiefs, go Eagles. Next Extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And let's peek outside. Our Skywatch radar showing active snow. Again, it's been lightly snowing all morning long. A little heavier snow moving between Hermiston and Pendleton this morning, but roadways are slick and those temperatures are extremely cold. We'll start to see those snow showers move out of the area a little bit later today. 13 degrees on our Dust Devil Gisa Stadium Skycam. Winds 15 miles an hour, so our feels like temperature -3. Dangerous cold wind chill factors in the area all day today. In fact, for the next several days, sub-zero temperatures continue to descend down from Canada, and we're seeing it across the entire state of Montana into Wyoming. We've got cold air into portions of Idaho, all the way down most of the state of Washington, except for the west side, a little bit warmer there. Now, today's storm track is going to stay just below, once it moves out this morning, it's going to stay just below our region and impact the Cascade Mountains of Oregon. So some heavy snowfall there, and we'll continue to see that snowfall south of Tri-Cities into the Pendleton area, that I-84 corridor, eventually moving even further south, and then we'll see some systems building up in Northern California. So here's what it looks like on our Futurecast. We'll start to see that snow dissipate, move on out of the area. We'll see cloudy skies to start the day. It'll start to clear up by midday, mid-afternoon. You'll see some sunshine out there. It's going to be a pretty day. It's just going to be very cold. As we get through the rest of the day, we'll have clearing skies. Those cold temps are here, and then we have another band of snow showers coming up from the south, impacting mainly Oregon, but that could start to move into our region later in the day. Saturday, Futurecast only goes so many hours out, but it appears that it's going to stay to the south of the Columbia Basin and Tri-Cities, impacting possibly Heppner, Pendleton, the Dalles area. So if you're traveling, check those past reports and the road conditions at all times. Arctic blast is here. We have very cold air in the region, dangerous wind chills throughout the area, winter storm warnings for the foothills of the Blues and southern, northeastern, Oregon. Here's snow accumulation totals, about 2 inches possible in Walla Walla. This is over the next 5 days. Pendleton, 3 inches, dusting through the rest of the region, and possibly 1.5 inches in the Yakima area. Wind chill factors right now around the area, very cold, -1 Tri-Cities, -4 Hanford. Look at Connell and Moses Lake. 2 degrees feels like temperature in Dayton. Yakima, 4 degrees feels like temperature. So get ready for clear skies, but chilly temperatures in the teens through the entire region. And then as we get into tonight, we'll see those temperatures drop even colder. This will be the coldest night of the next couple of days, and we'll see temperatures drop below 0 in some of our areas. So very dangerous and cold out there. 7-day planning forecast. Look at that. We see nice and chilly. Look for daytime highs tomorrow in Yakima of only 9 degrees. It's going to be 14 in the Tri-Cities, and we'll start to gradually warm up beginning Tuesday and Wednesday, pretty much back to normal by Thursday. But there, look at those cold temperatures for Walla Walla and Hermiston this weekend as well. Be safe out there. Riley?
Thank you, Stacy. According to the Washington Department of Health, opioid overdoses nearly tripled for 14 to 18-year-olds in the state of Washington between 2016 and 2022. But Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell says the state is hoping a new partnership with school districts will reverse that trend.
According to the Washington Department of Health, fatal opioid overdoses nearly tripled for 14 to 18-year-olds statewide between 2016 and 2022.
That sort of high school age group is a particular concern.
That's why state law requires school districts with 2,000 students or more to have at least one set of opioid reversal medications such as naloxone on hand in each high school.
It's a very safe medication. It has a long-standing safety profile, and it's highly effective in response to opioid overdose.
But at $45 for just 2 doses, it can be expensive, especially for smaller districts.
We know some high schools have been successful getting donated naloxone through a manufacturer donation program. We believe some have purchased it on their own or had donations from their local health department or other local entities, and some have not been able to access any naloxone.
That's why the Department of Health is now offering all public high schools 2 kits of naloxone in nasal spray form for free.
Around the state, the ESDs are managing the orders from the public high schools in their district, sort of that relationship with the high schools, and then they're submitting those orders through us and we're fulfilling them.
But there's also no law stopping teens from carrying or purchasing naloxone on their own.
There may be restrictions that individual pharmacies place on who can purchase naloxone, but from a state standing order perspective, there's no restrictions. The CDC does not have any age restrictions on their recommendations, and neither does the FDA.
But there's no guarantee they'd be able to carry it at school.
From what I understand, in some districts, students are generally not allowed to carry any medication, whether that's over-the-counter or prescription.
But anyone in Washington state can get naloxone from a pharmacy using the statewide standing order, essentially a prescription for people at risk of witnessing or experiencing an overdose. Plus,
Narcan is now available in retail pharmacies, just like you could access ibuprofen or allergy medication.
You can also order it online for free. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Yakima County residents can also get naloxone for free at 2 vending machines set up by the Yakima Health District. One is at the OIC of Washington building at 717 Fruitvale Boulevard in Yakima. The other is at the Yakamart in Toppenish. Yakima Valley Libraries is putting on a winter reading challenge where adults can read books to win prizes in a bingo-style event through the first 3 months of 2024. The goal of the annual event is to encourage reading for adults and encourage them to branch out and consider books that might be a little outside of their comfort zone. You can pick up a bingo card at the library or online with categories like an author who shares your last initial, a challenged book, or something with a green cover. Every bingo, 5 squares in a row, equals 1 entry into a drawing for raffle prizes, like $15 gift cards to Amazon, Inklings, or Starbucks. There are also $40 gift cards to Amazon and Inklings, and a chance to win tickets to the Yakima Valley Museum, Yakima Nation Cultural Center, or the 2024 Central Washington State Fair.
This game of book bingo is a fun opportunity to win prizes for doing something that you love. Perhaps for others, it's a good time to resolve to read more in 2024.
Completed bingo cards can be turned into any library location, including the Bookmobile, and must be submitted by Monday, April 1st to be entered into the drawings. More details are available at yvl.org. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, you may be able to breathe a little easier when it comes to your grocery bill as new reports show promising trends towards reducing the cost of eating at home.
Hash browns are the French fries of breakfast.
Who says it's not French fries that are the hash browns of lunch and dinner?
That's also true.
Now you can add them or other faves to a sausage McMuffin with egg for just $1. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Once upon a time, 4 superstars went on a long journey.
Follow the Golden Ticket Road.
They searched hometowns big and small, leaving no voice unheard.
I can see brighter things ahead.
What's that?
That's Hollywood, where all dreams come true.
There's no place like American Idol.
Season premiere Sunday, February 18th on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes. And you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it.
Come see us today and feel the power of Pingree.
It's Walker's Furniture's 4-day holiday clearance, where we offer some of our biggest savings of the year. On many items up to 70% off. Or receive 0% interest financing until 2029 with no down payment and no minimum purchase.
So you can get that new furniture you've been wanting at 4-day clearance prices. Today through this Monday at Walker's.
The outdoors come indoors at the 30th Annual Tri-City Sportsman Show, January 26th, 27th, and 28th at the Hapo Center in Pasco. Watch the amazing tricks and feats of the Border Collie Performance Team. Buy, sell, or trade at the Sportsman Show Marketplace. See hourly hunting and fishing seminars and the Kids Fishing Pond. 2 buildings full of exhibitors, boats, RVs, pickups, ATVs, and more. It's the Tri-City Sportsman Show, January 26th through 28th in Pasco. Don't miss it.
Hash browns are the French fries of breakfast.
Who says it's not French fries that are the hash browns of lunch and dinner?
That's also true.
Now you can add them or other faves to a sausage McMuffin with egg for just $1. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
Eating at home is getting a lot cheaper. The Consumer Price Index shows food at home prices only rose 1.3% last year. That's a net drop relative to 3.4% inflation. It's a well-deserved break from prices that rose 11.8% the previous year. Eating out is still going to cost you more as food prices tied to restaurants and vending machines went up 5.2%. A new wave of bird flu is also causing egg prices to go up. They've risen almost 9% since November, but they're still down nearly 24% for the year. The prices of lettuce and potatoes have dropped even without considering inflation. Coming up, dramatic escalation in the Middle East after Houthi rebels ignored repeated warnings from the Biden administration and other governments to stop attacks on commercial ships.
It's Cervical Cancer Awareness Month. Even if you've been vaccinated against HPV, keep getting screened until age 65. Get more at applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Becky Morris at Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic. Visit prosserhealth.org.
Enjoy nature with McBee Mountain being a short hike away, and return to Anna Laurie, where every sip of wine showcases Washington's beautiful terroir. Try one of Anna Laurie's house-made pizzas where creativity and unique flavors change seasonally to pair with their delicious full-bodied wines. Take in the views of Red Mountain and experience the true meaning of farm to table, showcasing the fruit of the land and their efforts. Make your reservation to visit Anna Laurie Winery today.
When you need legal help, trust Quantum Legal. We're here for you in times of trouble, whether you need assistance with criminal defense, personal injury, or have been injured on the job. Law is a complicated matter. Our team of experts will fight for you and help you find the best solution for your situation. Don't let life's challenges get the best of you. We're here to help. Call us today at 509-783-5551 or visit our website at quantumlegal.com.
Another year in the rear view. We take a moment to remember the winding roads on our way to carving up snow peaks, the rush to their games and family fun, last-minute road trips and sun-soaked escapes. your favorite people in the passenger seat for game nights and tailgates, and all the journeys and memories that came between. Here is to gearing up for the roads ahead. Our entire team at McCurley will be here to help you find the right vehicle for your journey and keep it running at its best for wherever this new year takes you and to get you back home again.
Drive into the new year in a 2024 Mazda CX-5 with 0% financing from McCurley Mazda.
What's bothering Archie?
Politics. What the Supreme Court says ain't got nothing to do with the law.
Dog tap.
Goldfish. Come on now, I draw the line on goldfish.
All in the Family, Sunday night at 8 on MeTV for Yakima and the Tri-Cities. E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra.
A U.S.-led military coalition unleashed large-scale retaliatory strikes against multiple Houthi targets in Yemen following months of attacks by the Iranian-backed militants on commercial shipping in the Red Sea. And the International Court of Justice has started the first of its two-day hearing in proceedings brought by South America, accusing Israel of genocide.
And taking a peek outside, it's clear, but it's cold. Look at that. Our feels like temp is -3. We'll get to all the details in your First Alert full weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Stacy Lee. It is cold. It's been snowing all morning. I see people saying, how are the roads? Well, just expect that the roads are going to be slick, especially in those overpasses and bridges. We have had snow all morning, but it's been a couple of hours since I've been here, so I can't tell you from my own perspective, but do take a little extra time today.
Definitely.
And be careful.
A good weekend to stay inside, maybe.
Right. This would be a good weekend to just hang out inside. All right, let's take a peek outside on our Skywatch radar. Again, we see light snow falling. It's been falling all morning long, and so we are getting a little bit of accumulation. It's pretty light. It's a little more intense as you get into Hermiston and Pendleton. Those roads are going to be very slick this morning, so we want to take extra precautions in the region. 13 degrees on our Dust Devil Giza Skycam. Winds 15 miles an hour. Our feels like temp -3. Dangerous wind chill factors through the region, and that's going to persist again for several days. Wind chill around the area, -11 right now in Moses Lake. Feels like 4 degrees in Yakima, 6 in Walla Walla. So Hanford workers, -5 out there. So do bundle up and be ready. You can get frostbite in as little as 30 minutes in temperatures like this. Dangerous wind chill through the region. We have winter weather advisories for Northeast Oregon. So get ready for light snow continuing. It'll taper off later today. Avalanche warning for the Blue Mountains. Be very careful in the backcountry areas, and those dangerously cold temperatures will stick around throughout the weekend. I'll get to more details in your First Alert full weather forecast. Riley?
Thank you, Stacy. We have school weather delays and closures coming in this morning. The Highland, Mount Adams, and Naches Valley school districts are on a 2-hour delay, along with Walla Walla Community College. The Sela, West Valley, Goldendale, and Yakima school districts are delayed 2 hours with buses on snow routes and no AM preschool for Sela and Yakima. Here in the Walla Walla County, Waitsburg School District is on a 2-hour delay this morning with no morning preschool. The Union Gap School District is on a 2-hour delay with no AM preschool and buses on snow routes. And the Christian Worship Center Academy is delayed 2 hours with no AM preschool. The Pendleton School District is on a 2-hour delay and bus route 18 will not run. West Chestnut Academy in Yakima is closed for the day, along with the Helix, Milton Freewater Unified School Districts in Oregon and the Dixie, Walla Walla, and College Place School Districts. The La Grande School District and Yakima Nation Tribal School are on a 2-hour delay. Now to that barrage of U.S. missiles raining down on Iran-backed militant targets in Yemen. A U.S.-led coalition launched dozens of airstrikes overnight, taking direct aim at Houthi rebel locations. The operation was in retaliation for nearly 30 attacks on commercial shipping in the Red Sea, and it's fueling more fears that the Mideast war could ignite into a wider conflict. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest.
This morning, American fighter jets and a submarine sending a message, striking back against Iranian-backed Houthi rebels.
It looks like they not only went after the sites where they launched these Iranian-supplied weapons, they went after multiple, if not dozens, of storage facilities.
Pentagon officials say the U.S. and British military launched retaliatory strikes against more than 60 targets in Yemen using Tomahawk cruise missiles. New video shows warplanes taking off from the USS Eisenhower, carrying out strikes on coastal radar sites, drone and missile storage, and launching locations. Earlier, the White House warned the Houthis could bear the consequences if they do not stop attacks on commercial shipping in the Red Sea.
We're going to do what we have to do to counter and defeat these threats that the Houthis keep throwing up on commercial shipping in the Red Sea.
The response follows an attack on Tuesday when the U.S. and U.K. shot down 18 drones and 3 missiles from the Houthis. Since mid-November, the Pentagon says Houthi fighters have attacked 27 commercial ships in the Red Sea, where 15% of the world commerce passes through. The Houthis claim their strikes are in retaliation for Israel's war in Gaza and warned any U.S. attack will not go without a response from the Iranian-backed rebels.
We've done everything we can to deter this, but it obviously did not work, and the choice was up to Iran. So I do think Iran will likely amp up it through its proxies.
In a statement, President Biden saying he will not hesitate to direct further measures. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
The Pentagon has a paperwork problem, and that could affect Ukraine's war against Russia. According to a report from the Pentagon's Inspector General, roughly $1 billion worth of military equipment wasn't properly tracked. Among the items deemed delinquent, Javelin and Stinger missiles, as well as night vision devices. The Inspector General says it can't confirm if the weapons in question were stolen or taken away from Ukrainian forces, while the IG says the Defense Department has bettered the way it tracks Ukraine aid. Some requirements still weren't met, leading to this issue. This all comes as Congress is debating whether it should approve a $60 billion plus settlement aid package for Ukraine and its counteroffensive against the Kremlin. Some analysts say this report could cause some Republicans to argue against sending more funds to Ukraine. South Africa is accusing Israel of genocide against Palestinians in Gaza, and yesterday it outlined its case at the International Court of Justice. The United Nations define genocide as an act committed with an intent to destroy, in whole or in part, a national, ethnical, racial, or religious group. But Israel firmly rejects the accusation, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu calling it a false accusation. In his opening remarks, South Africa's ambassador to the Netherlands said Israel's allegedly genocidal acts in Gaza inevitably form part of a continuum of illegal acts perpetrated against the Palestinian people since 1948.
South Africa acknowledges that the genocidal acts and omissions by the State of Israel inevitably form part of a continuum of illegal acts perpetrated against the Palestinian people since 1948. The application places Israel's genocidal acts and omissions within the broader context of Israel's 75-year apartheid, 56-year occupation, and 16-year siege imposed on the Gaza Strip.
South Africa has asked the World Court to indicate provisional measures to protect the rights of Palestinians in Gaza from imminent and irreparable loss, as well as ordering Israel to suspend its military campaign in Gaza. But the process is complex, and experts say a final ruling could take years. Stacey Lee returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
And it's clear. We have some snow falling this morning. Chilly temperatures. Look at that. Our feels like temp is -3 right now in the Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities. All the details coming up in my First Alert full weather forecast.
Plus, most people either love them or hate them, but Marshmallow Peeps make an appearance every Easter, and this year they're coming with a few new flavors.
This newscast sponsored by Nissan.
The 4-day holiday clearance is on now at Walker's.
Take advantage of special pricing on quality furniture throughout the store. Or say yes to no interest, no minimum purchase, and no money down financing.
Today through Monday at Walker's.
Need a new best friend? Then check out Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, where each Wednesday you'll meet lovable pets from shelters that are looking for their forever homes. Operation Best Friend from Windermere Group 1 and Apple Valley News Now.
Bruno! Bruno!
Pup on the run? No problem. With 5 drive modes, Rogue makes this a walk in the park.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months or get $2,000 NMAC cash on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
The outdoors come indoors at the 30th Annual Tri-City Sportsman Show, January 26th, 27th, and 28th at the Hapo Center in Pasco. Watch the amazing tricks and feats of the Border Collie Performance Team. Buy, sell, or trade at the Sportsman Show Marketplace. See hourly hunting and fishing seminars and the Kids Fishing Pond. 2 buildings full of exhibitors, boats, RVs, pickups, ATVs, and more. It's the Tri-City Sportsman Show, January 26th through 28th in Pasco. Don't miss it.
Sometimes it takes a different approach.
Hey, that's Mrs. Johnson, right? Great.
To see the possibilities all around you.
Almost 10. You gonna have a big birthday party? Right, are you feeling okay?
With Capella University's game-changing FlexPath format, you can earn your nursing degree without putting life on hold. Imagine your future differently with Capella University.
Daniel Levy and Josh Hutcherson. Plus, strive for more in 24 tips on overcoming loneliness.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
The 4-day holiday clearance is on now at Walker's.
Save big on Beautyrest Black and Serta iComfort mattress sets. Or say yes to no money down, no minimum purchase, and no interest financing.
Today through Monday at Walker's.
It's a quiet place along the Spokane River.
It's really peaceful. I like it, and there's not a ton of people out here.
And during the winter, it gets even more beautiful.
I like how the snow on rock, but it looks pretty.
Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6, Tuesday.
Next ET, our Al Roker and Deborah Roberts exclusive.
I'm about to spill the ET.
Plus, is Tina Fey ready for even more Mean Girls? Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
4 new Peeps were unveiled ahead of Easter, and 3 of them can only be found in certain stores.
That's right. The new Peeps are Rice Krispies treats, which can only be found at Walmart, and Icy Blue Raspberry, only available at Target.
And for those who frequent Kroger's family of stores, you can find the sour strawberry flavor, while the S'mores graham cracker dipped in milk chocolate is not store exclusive, and it can be found anywhere.
Pennsylvania-based Just Born Quality Confections makes the marshmallow treats that are a staple of the Easter season. Are you a fan? Are you a Peeps fan or no Peeps fan?
I go back and forth. Like 1 is fine, 2 is getting there, and 3 is a little too much.
Overboard.
I definitely think there was a big trend of it, you know, a couple of years ago when they really first rose to the holiday season. But yeah, I think too many is too many.
Yeah, too much sugar. But Peeps are good. Marshmallow's great.
Oh yeah.
I want to make some marshmallow Peep s'mores.
Oh,
that'd be good, right?
I've seen those. I've seen those.
All right, well, I'll have more details coming up. We have some light snow falling through the area and bitterly cold temperatures. All the details on the way.
And the U.S. is moving closer to its 2030 climate goals thanks to federal investments in clean energy projects, some of which have even been felt here in the Tri-Cities. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
It's our annual year-end inventory closeout sale at Mattress Depot USA.
This is your best opportunity of the year to save hundreds.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Okay, thanks for visiting. Bye, Alice.
I'm stuck.
Not funny anymore.
Yes, it is. Wait, guys. The Mesozoic times are boring and have 0 rad attractions. Triple play is fun. I want to stay here.
Of course you can stay. Oh, fantastic. We won't regret this.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, like bowling, Raptor Reef Indoor Water Park, and a brand new zip line ride, all attached to a cozy hotel.
She's on the logo already. Marketers are the worst.
Another year in the rear view. the rush to their games and family fun, last-minute road trips, and sun-soaked escapes, game nights and tailgates, and all the journeys and memories that came between. Our entire team at McCurley will be here to help you for wherever this new year takes you and to get you back home again.
Drive into the new year in a 2024 Mazda CX-5 with 0% financing from McCurley Mazda.
Get extra savings this holiday weekend at More Furniture during our massive New Year's sale. We're celebrating all weekend long with incredible values on furniture and mattresses store-wide. Your home deserves a fresh start for 2024, and we've got everything you need during the New Year's sale at More Furniture. Visit your local showroom or morefurniture.com to preview all sales specials.
Some people believe they can stop cervical cancer screening once they have children. Not true. Keep getting tested until you turn 65. There's more at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Becky Morris at Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic. Visit prosserhealth.org.
Here, freshly made grizzly bear tracks. Survival, it's not guaranteed. Good thing I got my Ford Bronco Sport, because it goes over any terrain. I hear there's a good diner on the other side of the mountain. I'm out of here.
Wherever you go, a Ford Bronco Sport is the key to survival. Get a great deal on one today, only at your local Ford dealer.
Mac and cheese calling my name.
Next Extra. After Taylor's headline-making night, we've got Mama Kelsey. Did you watch the Golden Globes?
I did.
Your thoughts? And once again, both her boys are eyeing that Super Bowl. Go Chiefs, go Eagles. Next Extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
At Mattress Depot USA, we realize your top priority is to get a quality mattress at a great price.
And it never hurts to do business with someone local.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
A winter flight over a beautiful park. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And let's take a look at our Skywatch radar. We are seeing snow falling throughout the Columbia Basin into northeastern Oregon, Hermiston, Pendleton, Walla Walla, Dayton, Tri-Cities. That'll start moving eventually to the east, and then we'll see some clear skies. Now, what is not going to change is these temperatures. They're actually getting colder as we move on. 13 degrees right now, but our feels like temperature is -3, and that's the wind chill factor in the area. Sunset tonight at 4:33 p.m. Sub-zero temperatures continue to creep on down from Canada into our region, impacting the whole state of Montana, parts of Wyoming, into Idaho, all the way down into northeastern Oregon. So we'll continue to see that. Eventually, that track will move off to the east. Our storm track for today, we've got an upper level flow eventually moving down to the south. We'll see big impacts in the Cascades of Oregon. Another system out that way. It appears most of our active weather this weekend is going to stay to the south of the Columbia Basin, mainly impacting Heppner, Pendleton, Hermiston, the Dalles area. So let's take a look at our futurecast. Moving through the day, we'll see clearing skies as we move on. We'll see some sunshine this afternoon. It's going to be a pretty day. It's just going to be very, very cold. Make sure you bundle up. As we get through our Saturday, mostly clear skies, and then here comes that next band, that next active weather pattern, again impacting I-84 all the way down the Columbia River Gorge, moving into Pendleton, Hermiston, and it seems to be staying to the south. That cold Arctic front is keeping that system south of the area. We have lots of winter weather advisories in place. We've got the cold air warnings for Columbia Basin and north of Columbia Basin, dangerous wind chill. We've got a winter weather advisory for, again, the northeastern portion of Oregon into the foothills of the Blues. Accumulation-wise, going to see maybe up to 2 inches in Walla Walla, 3 inches for Pendleton, a dusting through the lower elevations, Columbia Basin. We could see a little over an inch in Yakima. This is over the next 5 days. It's what our computer is predicting anyway. Let's take a look at our wind chill factors around the region. -1 right now is our feels like temp in the Tri-Cities. -8 Connell, dangerously cold also in Moses Lake. Look at Ellensburg feeling like -3. So very, very cold. Stay bundled up. Again, the 4 Ps, your plants, your pets, your, let me see if I can remember, plants, pets, all of the 4 Ps out there. Tonight, dangerously cold once again. We're going to be down below 0 degrees tonight, Tri-Cities, 2 at Hanford, -1 in Prosser and Toppenish, -3 overnight in Yakima. Let's take a look at our 7-day planning forecast in the Tri-Cities. Very chilly as we go through the weekend. Overnight lows tonight will be the coldest of this stretch of cold winter weather, and will be -3 overnight in Yakima, with those wind chill factors going anywhere from -10 to -20 in the area. Here's your 7-day planning forecast for Walla Walla and Hermiston. Again, the coldest night of the week will be tonight into tomorrow. Gradually start to see a warm up beginning Tuesday into Wednesday. So a nice big stretch of very cold air. Let's talk about your ski conditions around the area. We've been taking a peek at Schweitzer Mountain, getting lots of fresh powder up there, but very cold today. I don't know, this would not be my ideal ski day. Looking good on the hill at Schweitzer Mountain Resort this morning. Let's see what those conditions are though. -18 degrees with a wind chill of -50. Now they did get 5 inches of new snow, but that is really, really cold. I don't know if you could possibly wear enough layers. 4 degrees will be your daytime high up at Ski Bluewood with a wind chill of -10, but 3 inches of new powder up there as well. And White Pass looking good. Got another foot of snow in the last 24 hours, but we're looking at temperatures at 11 degrees. And White Pass, Highway 12, is closed as of now. So again, be safe out there. Riley?
Thank you, Stacy. Recent federal investments in clean energy projects are moving the U.S. closer to its 2030 climate goals. A majority of states are expected to see a rise in wind and solar energy capacity by 2035, according to a study from Princeton University. ABC's chief climate correspondent Ginger Zee has more.
About 15 miles off the coast of Martha's Vineyard, fresh power from offshore wind turbines. The Vineyard Wind Project is one of many benefiting from President Biden's landmark climate legislation, the Inflation Reduction Act. This project alone should produce power for more than 400,000 households, and others are planned around the country.
Just about every state in the country is going to see a pretty significant increase in solar and wind because these incentives are widespread, and some parts of the country have better wind resources.
While the IRA has helped quicken the transition to renewables, Princeton researchers found that it still is not fast enough to cut greenhouse gas emissions in half by 2030. As of right now, Princeton found that solar and wind are expected to grow and eventually make up more than half the energy in 46 different states by 2035.
There are more jobs in clean energy in general than there are in the more conventional types of energy that we've had for a long time, fossil fuels. It requires more people to do it, so that means there's more jobs. And then the health impacts, I think, are really pretty significant.
I'm Ginger Zee.
We'll be right back with the morning sprint and a final check on your forecast, but first a look at what's ahead on Good Morning America.
And this morning's GMA First Look, chasing down porch pirates.
I just saw somebody on my Ring camera steal 2 packages.
In New York, the Yonkers Police Department sharing this doorbell video. Watch as the suspect brazenly stuffs a package into his backpack and swipes a second one as he leaves. And in Fort Smith, Arkansas, a group of high school seniors say they leaped into action and confronted 2 potential porch pirates in their neighborhood. And this morning, those package protecting teens are speaking out to GMA.
We opened the front door and Jordan was behind us and we all started running down the street. And we checked the packages to see what the address was, and it happened to be the person across the street.
So what should you do if you see a porch pirate in action? Coming up at 7 a.m., we'll hear what law enforcement has to say, along with their tips to keep your packages safe. With your GMA First Look, I'm DeMarco Morgan, ABC News, New York.
Ultomiris is for adults with generalized myasthenia gravis who are anti-acetylcholine receptor antibody positive. It is lasting control over your GMG symptoms. And Ultomiris is the only long-acting GMG treatment with 8 weeks of freedom between infusions. Ultomiris can lower your immune system's ability to fight infections, increasing your chance of serious, life-threatening meningococcal and other types of infections. If not vaccinated, you must receive meningococcal vaccines at least 2 weeks before starting Ultomiris. And if Ultomiris is urgent, you should also receive 2 weeks of antibiotics with your vaccines. Before starting Ultomiris, tell your doctor about all of your medical conditions and medications. Ultomiris can cause reactions such as back pain, tiredness, dizziness, limb discomfort, or bad taste. Ultomiris is here. Ask your doctor about managing your generalized myasthenia gravis with Ultomiris.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:52. We're going to get to Stacy with your first alert forecast in just a moment, but we begin with a look at this morning's top stories. We'll continue to remind you where you can find an escape from the cold. First Congregational Church on South Police Street in Walla Walla will be open through 7 a.m. Monday, January 15th. The Christian Aid Center on Birch Street will be open between 8:30 a.m. and 4 p.m. The Walla Walla Public Library is also offering a safe place Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. You can call 211 or visit wa211.org for information and a list of Benton Franklin County warming centers. In these conditions, it's important to be prepared before you hit the road. Before heading out in winter weather, check your tire pressure and make sure it's at the right PSI. Check your battery to make sure it can last you through the cold. Avoid using cruise control on snowy or icy roads. Finally, give other drivers space. Remember, if you get into a crash or spin out, first responders trying to help you are also put at risk in these conditions. Also, make sure you have a good car emergency kit. It starts with items meant to help you stay warm, like hats, coats, and blankets. A windshield scraper, flashlight, first aid kit, booster cables, and a multi-tool like a Swiss Army knife are also good to have on hand, while cat litter or sand can help you if you are in an icy area and need traction under your tires. You can find a complete example emergency kit at applevalleyNewsNow.com. It's important to prepare your home as well, which means you should remember the 4 Ps. That means protecting your people, pets, plants, and pipes. For people, check on your friends, family, and neighbors. Pets need to have shelter from winter weather with plenty of food and water available. Cover up your plants, especially if they're not winter friendly, and insulate your pipes if you can. Cover outside hose spigots and know where your shutoff valve is in case of an emergency. For more in-depth information on preparing yourself for winter weather, you can find more information in our winter weather article at applevalleyNewsNow.com. New developments come in the battle between the Prosser police chief and some of his officers. Chief Jay King has been placed on paid administrative leave after Teamsters local union number 839 filed a vote of no confidence against him. The union claimed he created a toxic work environment with his targeted, unlawful, and sexist actions, leading officers to take their complaints up with Human Resources and the union. The investigation starts Wednesday next week with no estimate of how long it will take. According to the Washington Department of Health, opioid overdoses nearly tripled for 14 to 18-year-olds in the state of Washington between 2016 and 2022. State law already requires school districts with 2,000 or more students to have at least 2 doses of an opioid or reversal medication on hand in every high school, but at around $45 a box for 2 doses, it can be very expensive. That's why the DOH has launched a program that'll bring 2 sets of naloxone to any public high school that wants it.
And we've got very cold temperatures outside. Here's what it looks like on our Dust Devil Geisa Skycam. Light snow in the area. 13 degrees is the temperature on the thermometer, but our feels like temperature is -3, and that again is the wind chill factor. Dangerously cold weather for the next several days. Today's daytime highs only getting up to the teens. 12 degrees today in Dayton, 19 Tri-Cities, 14 in Yakima. For tonight, it's going to be dangerously cold as we'll see those temperatures slide down to 0 and below 0. -1 in Prosser, -3 in Yakima. Look at Ellensburg, -8. And then add the wind chill factor on top of that. It's going to be -10 to 20 degrees below the temperature. So very dangerous cold conditions. You can get frostbite in as little as 20 to 30 minutes in these kind of conditions. So do take extra precautions and make sure those pets, peoples, plants, and pipes are all protected, as we said, the 4 Ps. Tri-Cities, there's those chilly temperatures. Look at the overnight lows tonight. This will be the coldest night of this little cold front coming through the area. We'll gradually start to see it warm up Monday into Tuesday. By Wednesday, Thursday, we'll still be chilly, but getting closer to the average, and your overnight lows staying again below 0 tonight and right around the single digits for several days in a row. So we have first alert weather days all the way through Tuesday of next week. Let's take a look at the temperatures in Walla Walla and Hermiston. Same thing, very, very cold tonight, dangerously chilly, and more chances of rain or snow, a rain-snow mix will be through the Walla Walla and Hermiston area for tomorrow. So look for that next weather system moving in over the weekend. Riley?
Thanks for waking up with us and watching Good Morning Northwest. GMA is next, and your local news is back tonight at 5 o'clock.